Hello everybody, this is Alyssa from Mank Arts and Crafts, and today we are doing my month in review video for the month of April. I didn't think of what month I was doing it for. And fascinating and interestingly enough, this is actually the first video that I actually ever posted on my channel a year ago. So this is basically my 1 year anniversary of posting, even though I didn't post that video until like a week from now. So it's a 1 week early post since I posted that one a little bit late because I was deciding what I wanted to post. So we are now at like basically my 1 year anniversary video basically. So I'm super excited for that, and I'm going to be doing some fun videos for you guys for the month of May. You guys will get to see my hoard of all the things. So I'm excited for that, and I can't wait to get going on all of it. So the first canvas, I've been working a little bit slower so far this year in 2023. I'm trying not to, stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning diamond painting. So you're not going to see nearly as many finishes as what you saw in 2024. I'm working slower, not 2023. 2024, I'm working a little bit slower than I did in 2023. So you're not going to see nearly as many finishes as what I did in 2023 as far as the canvases that I did. So that's why you'll see a lot more like the snacky ones and everything else. So the first canvas that I worked on is this adorable image right here. I love everything about this one. This one just makes me so happy. And look at the sparkles. It's so sparkly. It's so fun and sparkly. This is Fintastic Friends from the artist PixieStyx. And I mean, I love everything about this image. It is so fun and cute and adorable, and she was a pleasure to work on. This, like I said, 23 by 23 centimeters, full drills, rounds, 23 colors, and it came with 3 ABs in it. Do you have ABs over here? You have some ABs in her little clamshell bra. You have some ABs in the tail as well. So actually, and over in here, so one color for the whites there, pinks there, and then a little bit of yellow in our little goldie fish. Adorable kit. Love it, everything about it. This one I started on the 6th of April, and I finished it on the 6th of April, and it only took me 3 hours and 47 minutes. So it worked up super fast. I love these small kits like this that I can just do in like one sitting. They work up super fast. It was a cute canvas. No issues with the adhesive or the sticky or anything like that. It's hit or miss for me on the Diamond Art Clubs, which is interestingly enough. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cough still. I always kind of struggle, like probably 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 of the Diamond Art Club kits, I have an issue with the adhesive. I don't know, maybe it's a me issue, but that's something, that I do still have issues with. But this one was a dream, no problems with it. The drills were wonderful. I was in a round mood. You'll see actually this month, all of my finishes were rounds, like surprisingly enough. But that's because my WIPS that I have going are actually all squares. So I needed the rounds to balance out the squares. But I think last month, most of my finishes were squares. So it's kind of like a little bit of a back and forth. But this was finish number 1 for the month, which was my 11th finish of 2024 and my 58th finish of all time. So and when I'm talking, and like when I do my finishes, I count my finishes in a lot of different categories. So far, I think I have, at the end of this month, I've actually finished 19 different things, counting all of my small little projects. But for actual like licensed diamond paintings that I actually have registered in my logbook right here, for things that I have registered in my logbook, this is only the 11th finish that I've done for 2024, but it's my 58th finish of all time, so not bad. So in the past year, I've done, this is my 58th canvas. Loved it, super cute, first finish of the year. Now I'm like, where do I put it? Because Mochi is supervising. The next up we have, I'm going to zoom us out a little bit so we can see the cuteness. Bum, 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 bum. So this is adorableness. This right here, let me flip over my logbook so I can read. This is Winston's Prize, and this is by the artist Cute But Weird, which comes to us from Muni Made. Sushi's causing chaos. This is the artist Cute But Weird by Muni Made, and I love the snacky size kits. So this is a 40 by 40, which is still one of those small snack size kits. I love this size because this is a little bit bigger than the other one. It will take me maybe a day, or this will take me like a couple days to work on. So it's not something that I finish just like immediately in one go, like where I sit down and I can finish in one go. Look at the depth of colors on this. I'm like, this right here, you guys obviously know that this is like my color, my dream zone right here. So being able to do a kit that has like this color palette there just was like heavenly, because obviously you guys know I love this color. I mean, it's a given. This was round drills, 29 colors. It was charted for 2 ABs. Let me write it in my logbook because that was not marked in my logbook. 2 ABs for this one. I started it on the 6th of April, the same day that I finished Fintastic Friends. I started this one, and I finished it on the 9th of April, and it took me 11 hours and 20 minutes. Would you let go of the kitten? Let go of the kitten. Come on. And you are not going to knock over the lights. We are not knocking over lights today. She likes to grab onto, like, stick her head in the center of my lights. I have 2 ring lights, one on each side, like one there and one there. She likes to stick the chaos head inside one of the lights, grab it with both paws and push it over, because she's chaos and that's what she does. So this one, like 11 hours, 20 minutes. No problems with the adhesive. That was a dream to do. And I like the fact with this that there was, unlike with the, I know like with, when I did the Muni Made rainbow, the rainbow cloud, there was a lot of like the excessive confetti around, like, I didn't roll this one. I need to roll this one. I took it to work, so I finished like half of it when I was on one of my 24-hour shifts. So I never actually rolled it afterwards. So it was basically rolled up and then shoved in my backpack, basically. But this one, like when I did the rainbow cloud, there was a lot of like that excessive confetti, if you remember my month in review from last month. But this one didn't have any of it. So if you look, you don't see a lot of like excessive confetti and weird colors around anywhere. It's a lot of just like the colors fit and they work well. I don't feel like when I look at it, I have those out of place colors like I did in the other one. There may be some areas where I'm like, okay, did I really need some of these shades here and here, where I feel like that could have just easily been the same shade, like some of these like weird colors right here. I don't know if that really comes through well, that we have those different shades. Like you can see that shade right there is a little bit different. So some of those shades, I'm like, well, do we really need those shades? These drills are not like the super pointy, pokey drills, which I don't mind that. I like that they're not the super pointy, pokey drills. The 2 ABs in this one, so you've got the AB 310 for the eyes and the cheek accents, and then the AB 5200 for the stars, for our little stars, and then our actual sky stars. So those are all AB 5200 there. I love bling, so, and then these little accents down in here are AB 310 as well. So I would have easily added more bling to this, like potentially a little bit of like a green AB to accent some areas and like maybe some of the foliage. But I was doing it at work, so I didn't feel like adding anything to it for bling. I love that you've got some pretty good shimmer in there. No issues with the adhesive. I believe the plastic was nice and thick. No problems with that. I think I did have to, like, there were some spots that I felt like I did have to, like, use a roller to roll it down a little bit. The rendering was perfect, on par, like excellent rendering. I do feel like his little toe beans kind of got lost a little bit when you look at the detail of the toe beans compared to the detail of the toe beans in the photo, because you can kind of see a little poke of a third toe bean, but you don't see that there. Also, you can see there's shadowing, a little bit of shadowing on his foot here, but you don't see any of that shadowing here, but you've got this yellow that extends here, and I'm like, okay, so why do we have the yellow, a little bit more of the yellow there, but not the shadow here along this side? So there's some things on the rendering that are a little bit different, but I like the stars. I feel like the stars give a nice glow, where you can see the yellow, but then the backing and everything else around them. So those turned out nice. I do, like I said, I always could go with more ABs. I love the foliage and everything in the center. The one thing that also does seem to kind of get lost a little bit that I'm not noticing in here is, if you look, you've got all of these accents of like the leafy things in the foliage, and that doesn't render through at all for those leafy things. And then that design that you're seeing right there in the foreground foliage, or in the stump foliage, I don't feel like we have any of that design there. These leaves came through and rendered perfectly. No issues with those as far as like the veins. That came through nicely. And like those ones did fine. And there's a couple of these, but then it's like I think the coloring for some of these other darker green ones, I think could have been stood out a little bit more, because there's only a couple that I can see of these here, and then like there's one there. But if there's supposed to be a lot more, and I'm not really seeing them anywhere in here. I think they're in here, but I don't feel like the color stands out. So that's something that I'm noticing rendering wise down in this section that could have been a little bit better in this foreground area for all of these little foliage, the little two-prong little foliage accents. Those could have been done better rather than just the bright ones, which are really just these bright ones here that stand out. But there's more of them all around. I mean, there's a couple in the foreground right here that should have been the ABs as well, but there's none. So those are things, that's what my one complaint is, that foreground accent. But the color, and if you didn't know what the original art looks like, I don't think you would have noticed that. But that's my complaint on this one. Otherwise, he is like the cutest little thing ever. So adorable. And like, he's a cutie patootie. No major complaints on this. It's just a nice canvas. No issues with that. Creepy soft backing. All of the whole 9 yards. This was my second finish of April, my 12th finish of 2024, and my 59th finish of all times. The one comment I did write down was I did find that doing the sky was a little bit tricky, because there were 3 similarly shaded symbols, the 2, the M, and the H. So doing those 3 symbols up in the sky, so if we look in here, you can kind of see, let me peel this back a little bit, so we can see what the symbols looked like. What did I even write? Oh, it was like, no, it was an A, the end. So you can see here that A, the M, and the H. So those 3 symbols, surprisingly enough, when they were all put together up in the sky, were very hard to distinguish because they were so close together color-wise, and they were scattered together. So it was kind of hard to distinguish them sometimes up in here, and it just made it a little bit tricky to know which color I was placing where. And I had to pay attention a little bit more than I like to. I don't like paying attention when I'm diamond painting. But that was my complaint up there for symbol-wise. I forgot that I actually made a note of that. I actually even wrote it right there, and I just didn't pay attention to what I wrote. But that was our finish number 2, and now we're going to roll into finish number 3, which was my one big canvas for the month that I finished. So finish number 3 I did for the Chrisabug Along, hosted by the Stealthy Crafter. And this was my first Chrisabug that I finished. This is Familiar Magic by Chrisabug from Diamond Art Club. And she is stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Love everything about this image. Absolute dream to work on. Stunning, stunning, stunning image. We're going to bring this up a little bit higher so we can see getting a little bit more of the kit in the picture. But this was an absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning image to work on. I mean, look at the detail in her jumper that she's wearing here. It's in like the corset portion of it, like the detailing in her skin tones with the highlight on it, like the swoosh of magic right there. And then you've got her hair. I mean, come on, look at that hair. Is that hair not stunning beyond belief? Like the coloring in her hair, stunning beyond belief. And then this little kitty cat. I mean, the kitty cat just steals the show. This little cat just steals the entire show and is just a dream and so gorgeous. So this is a 55.8 by 70.6 round gel canvas, 64 colors, so a lot of colors in this. And it was a really good mix between confetti, which is where you have a lot of color changes in an area, which was not, well, there wasn't really a ton of confetti. It was more what I call line blocking, which is where you place a few different, like the hair, you would have like a lot of different color changes in an area, but you would place like a line where you'd place 2 or 3 drills, and then 3 drills, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1, and then 4 of one color, and then you'd switch to the next color. So it was like lines of color to give her the look of the hair. And then you'd have the color blocking, which would be these broad regions in the background. That would be one color, like her face right here, one color, her neck right here, one color, this section of the cat, one color, this section of the cat, one color, one color, one color. So there was lots of areas where you would have that chance to do more of the color blocking and not have to change your color. There were 2 ABs and 2 fairy dusts in this kit, and then I added 2 additional fairy dusts to it as well. So our ABs, we had the AB right here, this white AB, though, which is the 141, and then we had the other AB was this, let's see, where was our other AB? I believe it was the pink AB that we see up here in her hair. Let me pull it down so we can see. Yes, we have a pink AB in her hair. Seen mostly like right up in here, we have a lot of that pink AB right here. So those are our 2 ABs. The white, that's anything that's white in our cat is an AB. The whiskers are white, the face is white, the chest is white, toes are white, tail is white. And then the hair, we've got a pink AB scattered throughout her hair. And then our 2 fairy dust that it came with, you've got this gorgeous pink fairy dust right here, which is beautiful color-wise. And then we also have, as our other fairy dust that it came with, is this yellow fairy dust, which is in the eyes, in eyebrows, and in the nose. Those, and then scattered in her freckles are the yellow fairy dust that we see on this kit. And then a little bit down below. So that's the drills that it came with. I added 2 additional special drills to this. I basically was like, the kitty cat just needs to be all bling. So I swapped out this purple right here into this 211 and made this all fairy dust. And then also this peachy color right here, which is 818, and made that all fairy dust as well. So I swapped out this and I swapped out this. I did run out of the 211 right here in this little section, which is why it looks strange. I did run out of 211. I need to order more, but until I order more, I wanted to finish the canvas. So I put down 210 because that was the closest color that I had. I put that down right there. I am going to order more 211, and when I do that, I'm going to replace this section right here, just this little section of the face. I'm probably going to leave this part shadowed because that part doesn't really bother me as much. So I'll replace that part. I'll probably leave. I don't know. It depends on how I feel when I get to it. But I am going to replace this little section right here of the face. But other than that, that was what I did. I'll give you a close-up in a second. This I started on the 5th of April, and I finished it on the 25th of April, and it took me 28 hours and 33 minutes. It was my 3rd finish of April, my 13th finish of the year, and it was finish number 60, so 60. I didn't have any issues or anything with this. The adhesive was actually good, which I'm always kind of like surprised when I get a Diamond Art Club that I don't have adhesive issues with. I flew through this kit. Each section was like super speedy to finish for me. And when I said this, I started on the 5th of April. That doesn't mean I worked on it consistently, because as you can see, I started on the 5th, but then I finished the other 2 canvases before I came back to this one. And then I also worked on one of my other WIPs, and then worked on this a little bit. And then I worked on my temperature cross stitch conversion, and then I worked on this one, and I did a lot of work on my cross stitch conversion before I came back and worked on this one again. So it was like I did a little bit of work at the beginning of the month, and then I did nothing for like 2.5 weeks, and then I worked on this one. So it may be like, oh, it looks like I did nothing like I took slow progress on it, but I actually did a lot of progress very quickly together. But this was finish number 3, and like my last big finish for the month, and I mean, she is stunning. The one complaint that I have for this one is I don't know that I'm a fan of this yellow. Like, it bothers me with that yellow splotch on her nose and how bright these yellow freckles are. I'm like, that I don't get it. It just looks off to me. That yellow right there just looks off. But then I'm like, I'm not one to be bothered enough to bother changing it, so I leave it as is. But that bothers me. I would rather have like a lighter color, like the color that you see on her cheek or her lip and on her chin. I'd rather have something like that accenting on the tip of her nose, or a color like what you see in her forehead. That right there, I'd be fine with that on her nose rather than this yellow. That yellow just looks off to me on her nose and in those cheeks. It just, I don't know, it irks me. It irks me. That is something that irks me. But we're going to take a look at our little kitty. It's something that you don't really notice, but it's a very subtle effect having this much of the pixie dust together. But it is something that does stand out, where we have the pixie dust here, all around. So this entire cat is blinged up, and it is adorable, cute as a button. I'm happy with it, and that is finish number 3 for the month. And now we're going to get into our final finish for the month, which is actually my Paintgem kit. So I actually was like gonna just work on my WIPS and work on my Super Dragon kit, and then I just out of nowhere I had this random whim and I was like, you know what, let me work on a Paintgem. So I pulled out a Paintgem that I've already filmed my hoard video, so to give you guys like a glimpse into my diamond painting hoard. I've already filmed it, so you'll see this kit in my hoard of paint gems. And you'll be like, wait, didn't I just see that kit already finished? And yes, that's because I filmed my hoard video for all of my diamond paintings. You'll see the stash, the hoard. I filmed that this weekend because I was in the mood to reorganize my diamond paintings. So I filmed everything, and you'll see the paint gems, and you'll see that this one was already, like, filmed it. And then I afterwards, like, so I filmed all that on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I was deciding what I wanted to work on, and I didn't feel like working on Super Dragon. I was like, I really want to finish something else this month. So I pulled out a paint gem because I hadn't worked on a paint gem in a couple months, and I finished butterflies. So you'll be like, wait, why is that a completion this month when it's, and then you'll see it in my stash video, and you'll be like, wait, why? So this is butterflies. There are 16 in this kit. They're like roughly 10 by 15 centimeters, 38 colors in this kit. I started this one on the 27th of April and finished it on the 30th of April, and it took me 9 hours and 58 minutes to finish all 16 of these little paint gems. So they did work up fairly quickly. We're going to go over them, and this is my 11th paint gem set that I have finished. So I have now completed 11 different paint gems. And I love working on these. They are super quick, super easy to finish and work up. So they're not going to be in order of like the 1 through 16 here because they're a pain to figure out, and I want to go off of, I worked on them in the 1 through 16 order, but I'm going to go over them in the order that they are on their little sheet here of like the names of what they are. So the first one that we have is going to be the green birdwing. So this is our butterfly number 1. And then we have our Papilio Ulysses, pronunciation struggle. And then we have a zebra swallowtail, beautiful butterfly. And then we got our monarch. I mean, look at that gorgeousness. After the monarch, we have our Anthrocharsis cardomines. I don't get the Latin pronunciation unless it's a medical term. Not the greatest at. I'm going to push that up because we're going to need a little bit more space to get all of them in here, because I want to get all 16 of these in here for you guys. This one is really pretty. I like that one. This is a Vanessa Atalanta. This one's another one. This is Aglace Io. I love the eyes on that one. That really is trippy. Colorado Hair Streak with the purples. Isn't that gorgeous? And then you have a Pieris Rebe. And that one kind of reminds me of a moth with its colors. Its lighter colors reminds me of a moth more than anything. Same thing with this yellow one, this Clouded Sulfur. And the blues of this one is really pretty. The Morpho Cypress, that's a really pretty one. Those two are really gorgeous. And I love the green one as well. These blues and those one, I think those are my favorites so far. And then you have this one with the red at the bottom is a crimson patch. Makes sense. We've got a crimson patch on it. And then you have a Papilio Machaon. I don't know. Pronunciation. Not my greatest strong suit. We should probably zoom out just a tad bit so you guys can actually see that bottom mark. And let me readjust. Ooh, sorry, you guys are going for a little bit of a ride as I readjust the camera. There we go. Now you can see the bottom. Our last three, we have a Chiricahua White. Again, I apologize. My pronunciation, not the greatest. Tiger Mimic Queen. And a Blue Copper. So those are the 16 different butterflies. And I mean, look at how stunning they are. Aren't they gorgeous? We have all of those butterflies. Oh, such a fun kit to do. And I'm really excited because the next kit I think that I have on the list is actually going to be, I think my next kit ends up actually being my mandala kit maybe. Or I think that's the next one up. I'd have to double check and see which one is next. But it's coming up soon. But that is finish number 4 for the month, which I'm not tracking which number because that doesn't get calculated with the same way, because that doesn't go into my numbers of like, it's finish number 4 for the month. but I don't count that as finish number 61 or finish number 14 for the year. It's basically, it's Paintgem number 11. Because technically my finish count is always a little screwy compared to what other people's are. Because here, I can show you on my iPad what I mean by that. Let me take the iPad off of the iPad tray and I can show you what I mean. Let me go with my finishes of all time. We're gonna clear that and go with completed. So if I go off of all of my finishes, I don't know why it's thinking. That's bizarre. So technically I have finished 91 projects of some type. And some of the projects, and I labeled, well, I have them labeled in, my iPad is charging, as you can see. But I will bring you guys down a little bit. And you can see here, because I don't feel like, I will go to that view. But you can see as we look at this, that these are all finished projects, and once they're finished I label them one, like finish number 1 and so on. So the numbered finishes are the actual kits that I've finished, and as we come down you'll see I have now finished, that was finish number 60, which was Familiar Magic, and then we have my paint gems. So we've gone through and we've finished, that was finish number 11 was Butterflies, that's my 11th paint gem. And then these ones that are labeled with an M is an M for mini. So these are mini kits. And I have finished 9 different like tiny little baby kits. And these are ones that are usually like a little itty bitty square. They're typically a, how big are they? Usually like a 15 by 15 centimeter kit. And then I have special projects. So I've done like 5 special projects. Those are like coasters, partial, like this was one of those special drill partial kits. And then like the Diamond Art Club, cards that they have, and then I've done 6 completed cross stitch conversions that I've done as well, and I'll put those in here too. So that's what we have there, and I have now we're going to move on to my WIPS, and I currently only have drills down. I only have 2 WIPS that have drills down and placed, but I have a bunch of stuff that I have kitted up that I plan on working on. So I'm going to go ahead and move this, and we're going to get into what my actual WIPs are, and then my plan to working on. The first WIP or work in progress that I have, I'm going to show you sideways because that way you can see what I've actually done on it. This is Super Dragon, and Super Dragon comes to us from Enabler's Outpost, and the artist is Tori Nagay Art. I have completed 3 additional sections, I believe, this month from what you guys saw last month. I didn't even touch this one, I don't think. I think I only had the 1 section done on it from February, and I don't think I got anything. Maybe I had 1 section done in March. I can't remember. But I got a couple more sections done on this. At least these 2 sections, maybe this section as well. I don't remember. But I've got more done on it so far this month. I was planning on working more on it, but then I got distracted by other things. I decided to do my hoard video, which took all day on Saturday to film that, and then I got distracted by the butterflies, then I got distracted by something else, and the story goes, and I did not get as much progress as I wanted, but I am loving the colors of this. The color palette is gorgeous. I love the detail and how well the scales come through and render through on this. It's turning out fantastic. I love the oranges contrasting with the blues. They're very, very good complementary colors right through there. This is turning out fabulous, and I absolutely love, for me, I cannot stand Diamond Art Club squares, like how closely and snugly they fit. It is not pleasant for me, and it hurts my hand, and it hurts my wrist. I have a wrist injury, an old wrist injury. It hurts my wrist to place them for a long period of time, because of the force I have to do to push them down because they're so snug. So so that's something I do not like about their squares. So when I get a company that has squares that are not quite as snug as that, I enjoy it. And as you can see, this looks fabulous. This looks beautiful. You don't look at it and be like, oh, there's a ton of gapping on this. Like, even just to the naked eye, I can look and I'm not seeing any areas of crazy gapping or anything like that. And it's one of those things where you've got a fair amount of color blocking throughout this kit, and you've got some light colors and you've got some darker colors, and you're not seeing any gapping on this. And that's because, to me, this is how the squares are supposed to be, and they line up perfectly. And I love how the squares are lining up on this kit. It's been a dream to place. There's nothing that's like, oh, that's red flags as far as how the squares are lining up. If you look super, super close, you can be like, oh, those look like gapping. But as soon as you put it down like a foot away from your face, it does not look like gapping. And it has been a dream to work on. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections to go. So I've got this bottom area here, and then I'll start coming up the side that you saw. I had to lay it sideways so you could actually see the canvas because it's such a long, skinny canvas. When I actually get to it finished and to be able to show it off, I probably will show it off on the floor so you can see it better. We'll see. But I will be getting into this bottom part, which is still a lot of color blocking with this blue right there. That's a lot of color blocking. It is a gorgeous canvas, and that is my work in progress number 1. I have it sitting on my easel. This is my primary work in progress that's been sitting on my easel. I have to roll up the edge because it's so long. So I've had it rolled up kind of like this and sitting on my easel like this. So that way I can work on this section. But isn't that beautiful? So key tip, in case you're not aware, if your canvas is too big and you need to can get it out of your way to work on, recommended to roll the drills facing out. That way you don't have to worry about them crunching together and running out of space or potentially popping off. And as you can see, this has been rolled like this and none of the drills have popped off, and it's been rolled like that for quite a hot minute, like what, a couple weeks now that it's been rolled like that and no issues. So now we are going to go ahead and get into WIP number 2. So this is my other active WIP that I am working on, and this is my temperature cross stitch conversion, and I have made really good progress on this. I'm going to give you guys a quick look sideways so you can see the fullness of it. So I did not say, but my Super Dragon is a 50 by 110, so 50 width and 110 long. My temperature cross stitch conversion is roughly a 50 by 80-ish, somewhere thereabouts. The canvas is a 50 by 90, but as you can see, it goes to right here. I had one of my friends had a really good idea to basically take this little extra strip of canvas that I have right here at the bottom, this extra section of 10 of this 20, almost 30 extra drills that I have right here, and to take that extra bit of canvas and use that as like a legend for what the different colors in that I've used actually are, of okay, this color range was this temperature, that color range was 50s was this color, 60s this color, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s, 110s, and 120s with the corresponding color next to it. So I think I'm going to do that on this bottom section rather than cutting the canvas shorter. But I've got the border done, as you can see. So here is our border all the way around. That part is done, and then I just put some black washi tape around the edge because there was a lot of sticky. It's peeling up, as you can see, because this has been sitting on my desk. I've been trying to work on it every night. I've been trying to fill in a potion bottle, and this is me rolling it the wrong way because that just has been what works to kind of get it out of the way. I've been rolling it the wrong way, and I've also started filling in the black of the top. So now I'm going to go ahead and roll. It's got a really thick plastic on it. I am going to go ahead and zoom us in a little bit so we can see a little bit better what the progress has been. So we have 4 months of potion bottles completely done. I just finished the last ones tonight. So we've got January, February, March, and April totally done as far as our potion bottles. And I've got January completely done with the background so you can see how awesome it's going to look. I do have to say the 310 that I'm using is not the same brand of drills as the rest of the drills that I'm using. So I am running into some areas where it's going slow to put the backing in, which is why I do not have more of the backdrop done for you guys. Because like I said, it is going slow to put the background in because the drills are not the same brand, so they're slightly larger. So I have to really work it to get them to fit and not to pop up. And then I'm constantly rolling them and pushing them back down to make sure that they're good. So that's something that these ones have settled in nicely for the most part, but they definitely don't fit as well as these ones right up in here. And I'm almost done with the container of that brand of black drills because I was just using ones that I had. So I'm almost done with that container of black of 310. And then I've got some additional 310s that I'm going to use that I think may work up a little bit better because I'm just using what I have, and then as I need to, I will get more, but I want to use what I have first before I go getting more because that's a lot to do to go work my way down. But this took a lot of time to do this entire border, and that's been something that I've been working on, and I will do a dedicated update on this now that I've got like April done, and I've basically a quarter of the way done with the actual temperatures. So I will give you guys an actual dedicated update video for this one soon. So that way you can see the progress as we are a quarter of the way through the year. I'll give you guys an update on that so you can see a little bit more. But we're going to kind of come down a little bit more so you can really see those colors coming in on them, and look at that gradation of colors. I still have the plastic covering these. That's why you kind of get the coloring there. But you can see how varied the coloring is on these pill bottles or potion bottles. We have all of the way from our colds to our warmers to our hots. The purple is the 90s. It has not gone above 90. February was a cooler month. March, kind of medium. April, we did have a few days where it went up into the 90s in April. But we had a lot of days in the 80s. So this green right here, those greens are 80s. And those are 90s, 80s, 70s, 80s. So the last 3 days were all up in the 80s again. But that is my temperature cross-stitch conversion so far. And if you want to see, well, I'll show you what I know I've got some videos on it, but I'll show you what my color palette looks like for it. Just have to get everything out. So as I'm working, this is usually what I have sitting on my desk, is this right here. I'll have this turned sideways and then this next to it. I write my temperatures. I write like the month and then a 1 through whatever, and then I'll put the temperature for that day, and then I'll put a little dot once I've put it down. So you can see I just finished these ones this evening, so I need to dot those saying that they're done, saying that I've done the 84, the 87, and the 88. So I've done those temperatures. And our colors for these these ones were border colors here to the 50 to 100. So here to there, those colors are colors that will go on the shelves for like a steady, those are constant colors that are somewhere on the shelves. So whether it's the lining of the shelf, whether it's a detail color. And then here we get into the actual colors of that I use for the hot, colds, whatever you want to call it. Those are my actual temperatures. So I've used the 50s. I've used these ones right here, which are 60s. I've used a lot of the 70s. I've used a lot of the 80s. Oh, I put that one in the wrong spot. I've used a lot of the 80s, and I've used a handful of the 90s. I have not gone too much. I have not gone into the hundreds yet. So that's not something I've had to worry about, is going into those hundreds. And definitely have not gone into the 110s. And I do have to look into finding a color, like if I go into 120s. If I do broach the 120, I'm going to pull out another color that just shows the outrageously hot. I may do something because I want to kind of keep that same color palette or color family and kind of go from there. And I've been using this pen for it. This is like probably one of my favorite pens. This is from Leopard Leatherworks, is who turned this pen. And it is such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous blank, or the gorgeous pen. And I love the turning style that they did. I think I have a couple other blanks that I've just had sent to Leopard Leatherworks, and I think I'm going to have them do basically the same turning, because I love that turn. That is stunning. But anyways, that's kind of the way that I've been doing it. I've got some of the extra drills that I'll use for the shelves right there. But that is and then I just have a tray that I'll sit on there, and that's what I'll use with the little tray. But we are done through April. Those are my WIPS. And then when I'm done with it, I just roll it up and stick it on the back side of my shelf with a loose roll. This is a very loose roll because I'm rolling it the wrong way, but I don't want it exposed to cat and cat chaos. And I think I've spent about 22 hours or so on this kit so far. So I've spent a fair amount of time on it. The other two, so my other projects that I'm planning on doing this month, I am doing I will show you the next one. So next up, I am working on this kit right here. I know you can see so much with this. This is a mystery kit. This is the Crafter's Den Spring Mystery #1. And this kit comes to us from Jaded Gem Shop. No idea what it is. You're not going to see any spoilers or anything. You're just going to see the black. I did trim the black plastic because the black plastic cover went all the way to the edges. I did trim it down because I wanted to be able to actually see the white border. And I did kit this up already, so I've already got it kitted up to see the colors. But I got this in a square 40 by 45 with 2 glimmer drills. So it's a nice small canvas because I wanted something small to work on. And it is a mystery kit. The other kit that I do plan on working on as well is also a Jaded Gem Shop. I know I'm going to need a break from working on the squares because Super Dragon is a square and the mystery kit is a square. So I'm going to be working on Fierce Foo. And this is a custom that I had done. So this is an image of my own. So this is a photo that I took, and so I'm the artist. This is a photo that I took and kind of worked on in Lightroom, and then I went ahead and edited. So you'll be seeing this. This is the other one that I'm going to do as my round kit that I'll work on when I need a break from the squares. And then I'll probably also work on some small ones. Once I finish Super Dragon as my big kit, then I will pull out the Storm God to work on as another big kit, but that one's also squares, so I want to have some rounds to work on, so this is one that I want to do as well. So this is Fierce Foo. I know you guys have already seen Fierce Foo before, but Fierce Foo is gorgeous and stunning, and I cannot wait to work on this canvas. It's a little bit smaller. This one, I like small kits, so I got this one in a 45 by 60, and it has 43 colors. I did not get it with any special drills. I figured I wanted to do this one just as is. This image just called to be done as is. Kind of like an antique-y look, no special drills for it. But that is Fierce Foo. I mean, look at how stunning Fierce Foo is. And that is the last one of those. I do still want to work on, like I said, I do still want to work on the Storm God. That's on my to-do list. But my main thing, I do have like the 3 WIPS. Ugh, let me pull my iPad out. It's hard to grab the iPad. It's charging. Battery was almost dead. All right, let's move that. And we're going to change our category to started. So technically, I've got the 4 things that I will have as my main things that I'm going to be working on this month. My temperature SAL, which I want to catch up on the black background for, so that way I'm caught up, and I'll be able to do that this month. Super Dragon, I definitely want to finish. That's my plan, is to finish Super Dragon this month. I keep saying it, but I will finish Super Dragon this month. And then I want to do the Crafter Den Spring Mystery, that one. Doesn't matter if I finish it this month. I should, because it's so small, but we'll see. I've never done a mystery kit before, so I don't know if I'm going to finish it or not. And then Fierce Foo, that one is going to be the round kit that I'll work on. I may end up at some point also throwing in some small snacky kits to work on too. So you never know. I may throw in some of those tiny kits. So as we come down into our tiny kits that we have, let's see, we'll go with these and see. Wrong, I don't want that to be the started. We're gonna go with that and see what shows up. So these are some, we'll change the view a little bit. So yeah, we have some of these are some of the small kits that I have as my little ones. So I may throw in one of these ones and as another small little kit to work on. That one, no, because it's got a long side. But I've got some of the little ones that I have, like some of these are the Amazon kits, Amazon kit, Amazon kit, Amazon kit, and some of them have long edges, which are not going to happen, which is why I like to look at it this way, because you can see the full dimensions of kits when we look at it this way. It just means, so if I bring this down, I can bring my iPad. So when we look at it from the sideways view like that, you can kind of see of these small kits, some of them are a little bit larger, like some are actual small kits. Like Big Blue, no, but Day of the Dead, I don't consider that a small one. And you can see how we have some of these tinier, like these smaller ones that would be good snacky kits that I will probably end up doing one or more of these this month, as well as a little bit of a breather in between, because I've got a bunch of them and I love my smaller canvases. So some of these little ones will get finished this month as well. Like I'll probably end up doing like Tiny Dobby and Tiny Harry. Those will like work up super, super fast. And then of course, you know, we've got my Crafter Den Spring Mystery that I'm going to be working on. But I'm going to work on some of these kits for the snacks. Will get done this month when I need a break from the other ones. And I will probably end up also doing my Paintgems. I'll probably do a Paintgem kit or two. I do have to do a trip in, I've got a couple trips planned. I mean, I've got this month, the big things that I've got this month, I will be doing a trip to Michigan for a funeral. And then I will also be doing a trip at the end of May. I will be going to, the Crafters Paradise Retreat. Or yes, I think that's what it's called, the Crafters Paradise Retreat. I'll be doing that at the end of May as well. So I will have to decide what kit I want to take with me for that one. I'll have to look and see if I have any mermaid related kits. But anyways, that is enough rambling from me. We will call that a day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.